I'm John Stanton, editor of Gambit, and I am having a conversation today with Alfred Banks, one of our city's greatest MCs.
Oh, man.
Huge fan, obviously, in case you can't tell.
Sheesh.
So thank you for coming in and talking to us, man.
Thank
Appreciate
you for
it.
having me, man. I'm super excited.
And also, thanks once again, as usual, to the folks here at our bar for hosting us doing
our
this.
bar.
Appreciate y'all. So, tell the folks at home who you are.
My name is Alfred Banks. I'm a Cancer. I like long walks on the beach. I'm just kidding. My name is Alfred. I'm a rapper, singer, performer, writer, all around good guy. I don't know, I've been doing it for about 16 years now, which is crazy to say out loud. I'm starting to see the grays, which is interesting. And just an MC's MC. I try my hardest to be as good of a rapper as I possibly can in every room I'm in. So.
It feels like a little bit that people, obviously they're like the big elephants in the room of New Orleans hip hop, Cash Money and No Limit. But and sometimes it feels like the independent sort of underground scene doesn't get, people don't really even know what's going on a lot of the time. What's it like? What are the challenges of that? I mean, you've talked about this a lot in the past of trying to do this here in this city right now. So talk a little bit about that.
It's interesting because, on one hand, you have collectives like Global Warming, right, that do nothing but support. Everyone in the group supports each other very, very thoroughly, very easily, pushes each other up, holds each other up to help further things along. People like Nate, Pell, all the guys. You have outlets like the Gambit, my man Jake. You guys show a lot of love to people, like on Mercated Beats, etc. And so on one hand, and then you got somebody like me who has kind of risen up through the ranks, and now I get these big shows, and now I'm the guy that raps with the orchestra, and I'm busting open that door for other artists and stuff. So on one hand, it looks like it's really dope. On the other hand, it's very frustrating because we have two of the biggest, if not the biggest, rap labels to ever come out of hip hop that came out of here, right? You would think that there's a music industry for hip hop here, and there isn't, right? So. And to be honest, it's always felt like if you didn't do something adjacent to what the city likes, then there's no support for you, right? And so no matter what you did, me and my friend Marcel P. Black was talking about this the other day, not to go too crazy into it, but just this idea that I came into the game doing something different from what the norm was. So automatically people were like, nah, we're not rocking with that. But it just took years and years and a decade plus of me not going away and doing it at a high level, and then going outside and going getting some love for me to come back and people go, oh, you didn't quit. It's been 15 years. I'll listen to your mixtape now, kind of vibe.
Right.
And by the time they start listening, I'm excellent. You know what I'm saying? So it's very interesting, man. It's frustrating at times. I've had conversations with some of the most successful underground independent rappers in the city, and we've all pretty much had the same story. And it really sucks. But at the same time, and the last thing on it, I would love more, a little bit of a call to action. I would love more for the OGs of the city to embrace the younger guys, because now I'm 16 years in, so I'm starting to edge into that OG world, but I'm still a young guy, and so I would love for the older generation, the guys who kind of created the guild, to kind of reach back and pull up and bring in not just people that they're related to, right? People that are just dope.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of that. A little bit with Juvenile and a couple other of the older dudes, but they really don't. It is very sort of insular or sticking to their thing, or people that are coming up through their system and
1000%.
not looking outside. I grew up in D.C. and we had kind of the same thing. The hip hop community in D.C. was really vibrant. There were a lot of kids that were really, really dope MCs, producers, DJs, but go-go was the music of DC, right? And it ate up all the oxygen in the room. And even Wale, when he come around, he's the biggest rapper to come out of DC. 100%. And it really took him kind of going to New York and LA before he got to be big,
Yeah, that's what I felt. I said this I think I said this in an interview recently where I did a lot of leaving very early on. My first 10 years, I did a lot of shows here, but man, every time I did a show here, it sucked. It felt awful. It felt it was very stressful. It gave me an ulcer. When I would go out of town, I would get treated so well. It was oh man, there's a guy who's taking a chance. It was always this excitement, oh, this guy from another city is here. I played DC, I played Tropicalia. You know what I'm saying? I played DC Public Trust. I played those places. I played Gulfport, Mississippi, Mobile, Alabama, Pensacola, Denver, Colorado, Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, and it was all the same energy. It was like, whoa, this dude is dope. This dude is ill. I want to support his music. And I think after about 10 or so years of people seeing me on flyers in other cities, they go, well, if someone else is rocking with him, there's got to be something with this guy. So let me go check him out.
Yeah.
And then at some point it broke through, and we're here where we're at now. So.
Well, let me start off like at the beginning a little bit, and ask you just
Sure.
real quick. Do you remember what the first rhyme you wrote was?
Yeah, so the first rap I ever wrote was actually me stealing from my brother Landis. So he was a rapper in the city, and what it went, I gotta find myself before I find myself, walking day to day, walking by myself. I'm by myself, this madness. I don't remember the rest of it. Yeah, that was like the first, I remember that was Landis's bars, and I stole his rap and tried to add my stuff to it.
How old were you?
6. I was 6.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that was him though. I don't remember my part. I just remember them, and I remember like, oh, that was so cold. And then I was gonna add my stuff to it, and I don't remember how that goes. So.
Was he really like a part of the reason you got into doing
Oh
it?
man, what? Landis was like ill. He had like local interest. You know, he was signed to a subsidiary of No Limit, or a label that kind of was closely knit with No Limit. And so I kind of grew up across the street from like, you know, rappers on that label and stuff like that. And they would come to the house and visit and stuff. And so we kind of grew up kind of close to those guys. And so watching him in the studio, watching him create, did a lot for me. And it made me go, oh snap, what is this genre of music? He introduced me to hip hop. And then when I started listening to like Lupe, is when I was like, oh, I'm doing that for the rest of my life. But Alfred Banks is the guy that literally made me go, oh, I think I could rap. And so it was really, really cool.
Oh, that's awesome. You know, you touched on a little bit global warming and you and that whole scene. It is very reminiscent of like, to me, of like the late 80s, like Native Tongues, like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, like it's not like necessarily, people aren't always necessarily like overly political or social commentary, but it is a sort of a socially aware and conscious group of people. And there's a positivity to it too that is like, I think, missing in a lot of hip hop right now. You know, like a lot of hip hop is very angry for good reason, right? I ain't, you know,
100%.
knocking that, but like you guys bring like a joyfulness to what you do.
Hell yeah, man. The thing with global warming is it's a bunch of friends. You know, like guys, like I like almost everybody in global warming, and man, like I have nothing but love for those guys. So when I'm around them, that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get joy. You're gonna get love and fun. You know, I love Sleaze. I love Cole. I love Peace. I love Crucial. I love Pell. You know what I mean? Like I love all those guys. And so Ghazi, you know what I'm saying? Twig, like all the Training Up, like all my guys and folks. And so I love those people. And so to be around them is just joyous. And so when you see us on the Wednesday at the Square stage, you see us on French Quarter Fest stage, you see us on Jazz Fest stage, you see us on all these festivals and all these big stages, you're just seeing friends having fun, just so happen to be doing it in front of people.
Yeah.
And as it pertains to the kind of social commentary, is interesting because personally, my personal journey is as I've gotten older, the angrier I've gotten. And so I'm starting to be a little bit more aware. I got a friend named Marcel P. Black who is very, very radical, and a lot of the things he's talking about is starting to hit me in the chest as I get older because it's starting to affect me more than it ever has. And so those things are seeping into our stuff because these are things we've always felt. We just didn't really know how to articulate it.
Yeah.
And so you may not get it in everybody's music so directly, but more with mine, you're going to get that a little bit more than ever because just things are running amok right now. And so
Yeah.
And so it's interesting to like hear, but also we just bring that fun that kind of gets you in, and then once you get in, you can really get to the meat and potatoes of it and go, oh, these global warming guys are actually saying something, not just saying anything. You know?
That was always to me like the thing about like the Jungle Brothers or like the Lords of the Underground, people like that, like in that scene, that they were able to do like very like some very political kind of like, you know, very pro Black Power, like lyrics and sort of style and in your face to the whole world, like that. But they were also still so happy about it, you know, and like they like at the set, like songs could be party rockers and like social change anthems simultaneously, you know, and that's the thing you guys were able to do really, really well.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thanks for noticing.
Well, you're able to cross over pretty much to anything at will, it feels like, you
Yeah,
know.
at this point in the game dude, versatility is what I want to be my middle name. I work my butt off to be, because I like rapping, right? And there are a lot of I guess I can't say it out loud, but there's a legend who's doing their last album, and I just got invited to be on it.
Oh.
And it's a beat I had never rhymed, a style of beat that I had never rhymed over before. But that prepared me because of all the years of me, and especially with this social media thing I've been doing lately, and just in general, rhyming over all these different kinds of beats, finding pockets and stuff. That is the most fun thing in the world, because writing a rap for me is like second nature. It's about the challenge now. How could I make this not only how could I not only attack this beat, but how can I make this palatable? Like, you know what I mean? And yeah, I think you hit it on the head. There's not really a type of beat or sound that I can't really.
No.
You know what I mean?
Really.
Like, to work with the LPO and how established and how legendary they are is just like insane. And those guys treat me like I'm supposed to be there, you know, because I will say this, to get a little personal, being a rapper in New Orleans, doing the type of music that I make and how hard I work and how hard people fought to just not rock with my stuff, it defeats you, right? It will deflate your balloon. Literally for about 13 years, I was just like, nah, probably about 11 years, I was like, okay, New Orleans just doesn't like me. Cool, I'm gonna just go out and figure it out. But to get that call, it's like people noticed. It didn't go unnoticed, right? Me opening for Tank and the Bangers, me doing Voodoo Fest, opening for Kendrick Lamar, like me playing all these major festivals across the United States. Somebody noticed it, right? And it's like,
Somebody at home noticed it.
Somebody at the crib noticed it.
Yeah.
And that's why it means so much. So yeah, outside of the fact that they treat me like I'm supposed to be there, there's this assumption already that you're already one of the guys. So like, this is why you're here. And so we don't have to have that conversation that I have to have with virtually every other person that I ever meet in New Orleans, having to kind of sell myself. I don't have to do that with these guys. They already respect me.
When you were like proof of concept for like a lot of people too, because there's other people who are doing it now, but
there's other rappers that I know who are doing it, and I'm so proud of them. And I'm like, to some degree, I'm very happy to be the first one to kind of bust through that door. And those are I think, in the grand scheme of things, me being the first guy to ever do that with a full set, I want to specify that, but that may be a small footnote in history. I don't know if that's going to be a thing, but for the people who know, they'll be like, yo, that was Alfred. Alfred bust that door down for this person to do it. That's kind of cool, man. Coming out of the Sash Kicks Ass thing, I was like, okay, what do I want to do? What do I want? I want to get back to my solo career. Like, what do we got going? I rap. I want to like rap again, so I want to rap. I got 250 pairs of sneakers, right? So I could do videos for like almost a year straight if I wanted to. What am I gonna do? Okay, I do the Mr. Rogers thing from a concert. Maybe I just do that in the video. Bet. And then I just did 45 straight. And like, I would say, like, I stockpiled them before I dropped them, obviously, and my man K the Beast, I have to give him a lot of credit. K the Beast, literally, shouts to him, 40 on the 40 is good for him, man. That's my dog, but he was like, yo, dog, I think we could do it this, woo, 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 and it was like his direction. I was like, all right, bet, let's do it. And man, doing those 45 before, I was like, yo, I cannot wait to put these out. The first 45 came out, and they made a little bit of noise. People were rocking with it a little bit. Nothing crazy, but it was whatever. And then I put out a video a couple days ago, and I think the 63rd video I put out, just went.
That's the one, yeah.
You know what I mean? It only takes 63 videos, man. It takes 16 years and 63 videos and a couple gray hairs, and we out here.
yeah, right. My first editor, he told me when I first started being a journalist, he said, you'll write a story 11 times, and no one will read it. It'll be the exact same story. Then the 12th story is when everybody in the world will read it, and it'll change the world. But like, he's gonna have to you have to do it 12 times. So yeah.
Indeed, it's interesting. But luckily for me, I really love rapping. And if people watch those videos, they'll see the versatility of my ability as an MC. I'm rhyming over Devo Whip It. Right. I'm rhyming over Once in a Lifetime by Talking Heads. But then I'm rhyming over J Dilla Thunder. And then I'm rhyming over, what have I rapped over? Shine by Lil Wayne. Or like, but then I'm rhyming over, what did I rhyme over? The Law and Order theme song, and then like Rugrats theme song, and then the one that went viral was the Ying Yang Twins joint. So like, I love that, man, and I do it for people who appreciate that.
Did
like,
Kay pick those, or did you pick?
Oh no, so if I did 65 beats, he's probably giving me about 10 beats that are like, yo, you should do this one, you should do this one, you should do this one. Most of it is like me just being like, yo, I want to rhyme over this, I want to rhyme over this, I want to rhyme over this. And he taught me how to do it by myself, so now I can just do them whenever I feel like them. And so the last few has kind of been just me. And so what he comes in is he's the one that kind of, if I tag him in the video, he's the one that like shot it and kind of helped get the direction together and mixed it and stuff. And if I don't tag him, I'm the one doing it by myself. So it's him giving me the direction, yo, rap this way, or we should do this little bit at the end or whatever. And to be honest, it's kind of, I have to give a lot of credit to Sass Kicks Av for kind of busting open my sense of humor, because previous to that, I'm so serious of an MC. Like I take my bars wild serious. I don't play around. But like the Sass Kicks Av thing kind of like made me go, you know what, man? Like let's put a little sense of humor into this thing. And so I learned what I learned there, and now I'm taking it over to what I do. And I feel like it's taking my thing up a notch and making it even cooler and better and more, I won't say accessible, but accessible not at the threat of me losing my authenticity. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, let's do a couple of real quick pick ones for me.
Okay, cool.
All right. So I'll put my glasses on for this because I am old, and we're going to start old, which is Kool Moe Dee or LL Cool J?
LL Cool J.
LL Cool J or Rakim?
Rakim.
Rakim or Big Daddy Kane?
Kane.
All right. That's an interesting choice.
I like Kane, man. Kane, like Rakim is so smooth, but Kane had a swag about him that was just undeniable. And he was a playboy.
I saw him jump off an 8-foot stage in mid-bar, hit the ground, and did not miss a beat in his breath and his flow. It was amazing. I've never seen like it in my life.
That is insane, man.
Yeah, I was stunned. And that was not even 10 years ago. So he was like in his 50s when he did that.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in my 50s and I can't jump off this stool, you know? So.
But also shouts to Rakim, because every time, mostly, except for last time, shouts to my dog Crucial, every time he comes to New Orleans, I usually open for him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
shouts to Rakim, man.
All right, Drake versus Kendrick.
Neither.
Oh.
Neither.
Wow.
I don't listen to either.
Okay.
I think Kendrick is amazing. I think he's dope. Not my cup of tea. I think Drake isn't my target. I'm not his target audience. So I think what he does is incredible. But those guys don't. I'm more into underground guys, like your Sean Prices, MF Dooms, like that kind of vibe. So, but Kendrick is amazing, dog, and Drake is really good at what he does. Like he's super dope, but neither.
Yeah, see, I think that Drake is just snow for this generation. So
Informer Snow?
Informer Snow.
Oh my God! Hey man, hey, I ain't mad at it.
All right, No Limits or Cash Money?
No. You know what's crazy about that? I grew up a Cash Money kid, but all my friends are No Limit.
Huh.
So both. I gotta say both.
That's a hard one because like they both are like just amazing rosters.
Come on, man.
And like they made history. They both made crazy history. So like it's hard to. It's a hard one.
I'm going both.
All right, Juvenile's 400-degree Chiwis versus any rap snack.
Oh, we going Juvie all day, baby.
Yeah, right.
Come on now.
Yeah,
Come on
they're
now.
delicious. Oh
Come on,
God,
man.
I love them
It's
so much.
ridiculous.
I wanted to actually bring some, but I couldn't find any because they're always sold out.
I'm sure
now
they're
at the
always
corner
going
store.
everywhere, man.
Yeah.
It's so good.
One last question on kind of related, because this is something I find interesting to hear from other MCs. Who is the Big Daddy Kane or like the Rakim of today, or the one that's about to come, right? Who's that person that can do that?
So like Kane danced. Kane was like very choreographed and stuff like that. So maybe not that exact energy, but a guy who's extremely energetic, young, means every word he says, very passionate. Gotta go Lareezy. Lareezy is, that dude is my favorite. Like K the Beast is always my personal pick as it pertains to rappers in New Orleans. I love K the Beast. That dude is insane. He's super creative and he's a producer. And he's whatever, great comedian. Dude's funny. Lareezy is like my new pick. I think he's gonna be mammoth, mega huge in the next like I think Tyler the Creator just picked him up and co-signed him. So
oh, wow.
It's about to get real for him. So, and he's like 20.
Yeah, he's a child.
He's a kid, respectfully too. Like
yeah.
But he, you know what I mean? And so like Lareezy is the closest thing, at least from New Orleans, that I see that is of even in that elk.
I see that though. I do see that because he does have that kind of like swagger and that kind of like bounce to him, you know, and Kane was like happy, right? Like he was a hard dude and a pimp, but like he was also
He was just
like
very happy.
you know,
Yeah,
and
man.
like no, that's a great
Yeah,
choice.
man. I think happy, the emotion happy is a very underrated feeling.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah.
and so I think sometimes when happiness comes through in rap, people judge you like, oh, you soft. It's like, nah, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Life is going pretty good right now. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I love Lareezy. I love the fact that the dude is like optimistic beyond measure, right? Like his optimism, it kind of bleeds through what he does, and that's rare. Everybody's kind of things are sluggish right now. And to feel this just new bright energy. Like I did a show with him recently at Gasa Gasa for my birthday, and the dude is just so happy, man. It's like that stuff is infectious. Like
Yeah.
you just can't. I can't be sad. Even all the stuff I was going through at the time, going through a legal case at the time, and I'm looking at this dude, and I'm just like, yo, I just want to. Come on, man, come here, man, give me a hug, man. Like, so Lareezy, I'm very, I rock with Bro Tough.
All right, so you got the LPO show coming up. Give us details on that.
Oh man, the Louisiana Philharmonic Orchestra, Alfred Banks, Sebastian St. John. It's gonna be October 29th. It's at Jazz and Blues Market off of Aretha Castle Haley. Starts for 5 p.m. And Twiggity's gonna be doing the pre-show, and the 7 is when the show starts. I'm doing like a 40-minute set. Doing some new stuff than I did from the last show. Have a couple special guests, can't say who, but got a couple special guests coming out, and it's gonna be electric. It's the biggest venue I've ever headlined in New Orleans, so
Nice.
maybe hopefully it sells out, you know.
Sure.
And it's one of the coolest shows I think I've ever done, so it's gonna be dope.
Awesome, yeah. So definitely go get tickets. Go to the show. You got a record coming out anytime soon or anything?
Yeah, I do. I'll make the announcement here. I don't know if I should, but I will. Me and Pel/Pillow Talk are doing an EP. The EP is called The Survivor's Condition.
Nice.
And it drops December 5th, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, nice.
So he produced the whole Pillow Talk. He produced the entire project. And I'm doing all the raps. He's featured on one song. It's a 5-track EP. And I cannot wait for people to finally hear what me and Bro has to say, because through the rumblings, people have always like, it'd be dope if y'all two.
For sure.
And so I think it's
And
time.
I'm actually kind of shocked it hasn't happened.
You know what I mean? It's just because dude's busy, and Lord knows I'm busy. So like, but we text a lot, and one day I was like, yo, let's make it happen. We did. So The Survivor's Condition, new project from Pillow Talk, Alfred Banks, dropping December 5th. The first single dropped sometime in November, and it'll be the first project I've ever dropped on a label of any sort. So that's kind of exciting stuff.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, should be dope.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you coming and talking.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
All right,
it.
baby.